Water has memory. And let's see how we can use water to manifest our reality. Hi, this is Harold and welcome to The Sanctum. This is the second video of a new sub-series where we'll be going beyond the law of attraction, where we'll be learning to manifest our reality using the four elements: fire, air, earth, and water. Please click the link above to watch my first video in this sub-series on elemental fire, and please make sure you click the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified of whenever I release these new videos in the sub-series. So let's get started. So in this video we shall be talking about the element of water, its symbolism, and how it manifests in our reality and within ourselves. In comparison to fire, water is the opposite pole, and its fundamental attributes are that of coldness and contraction. As we've already discussed in the previous video, all the elements have two poles, an active pole and a passive pole. Water's active pole is constructive, life-giving, nourishing and preserving in nature, whereas the passive pole of water is decomposing, fermenting, divisive and dispersing in nature. The element of water is present in all of creation, just like fire, and fire and water cannot exist without each other. These two elements form the electric pole and the magnetic pole of energy, fire being electric, water being magnetic. Now once again, keep in mind that I'm not only talking about the water that we drink, but I'm talking about the qualities, characteristics and behavior of water. Those behaviors of water as an element. If you look at the way water behaves, or how water is, it is reflective in nature, it is adaptive in nature. You put water into a glass, it will become the glass. If you put water into a bowl, it will become the bowl. So water is adaptive in nature. That is one of the characteristics or qualities of water. Water reflects light, very similar to that of the moon, and therefore water is actually symbolically linked to the moon. And if you look at the moon too reflects the light of the sun. And also the moon controls the tides, the ebb and flow of the tides, which are water. Water is symbolic of the unconscious mind, whereas fire is that of the conscious mind. So in Hermeticism, water is often related to the emotions. Now, the reason for this is, if you think about it, all our emotions, if we take those emotions to the extreme, when those emotions are taken to its extreme, it always leads in tears, in some form of waterworks, in tears. If you think in terms of sadness, when we hit the peak of sadness, it leads in tears. In the same way, the peak of happiness also leads in tears, in the tears of joy. Whereas, same with anger, gets so frustrated, so angry that you start crying. Same with fear, petrified by fear till there is no other option but to cry. This is the same with excitement. If you get extremely excited, it can lead to tears. All the emotions, when taken to an extreme level, can lead to tears, which is water. Therefore, water is symbolic of the emotions. And the alchemical symbol for water is the downward pointing triangle, which is the opposite of the upward pointing triangle, which is the fire symbol. This symbol is downward pointing to symbolize that this is receptive in nature, that water is a receptive element and it is passive in nature. So water is receptive. And now please keep watching, because this is very important for you to understand, because this is where the secret lies. Water is receptive in nature. Now, what do I mean by that? If you want to manifest your reality using water, we need to understand how to use the receptivity of water in a very specific way. Water is receptive, it takes in energy, it absorbs the energy. So if you think about it, if you take a glass of water and put salt into water, the water will take in the salt and become salt water. In the same way, if you put sugar into water, it'll become sugar water. But what I want you to understand is that if you put energy or intention into water, it'll become energy water, charged with that intention. And there is proof of this. A famous scientist by the name of Dr. Masaru Emoto carried out experiments which have now been replicated that prove that water is able to be programmed by the mind. And what he did was he took a glass of water, and every day to one glass of water he said loving things, and to another glass of water he would say hateful things. That water was then frozen. The crystalline structure of the water was looked at through a microscope, and what he discovered was very interesting. The water which had received the loving intention formed beautiful geometric crystalline figures, while the crystalline structure of the water which received the hateful intentions were all distorted, broken and deformed. And what this experiment tells us is that water has memory. There's a link in the description box below if anybody wants to learn more about this experiment. So water has memory. Water can hold an energetic imprint of whatever it comes in contact with, even our intention. So therefore, if we know how to, we can learn to create water that can heal us, that can bring us success, that can bring us love, and we can even use it to change ourselves and change our lives. And I shall be discussing this very soon, so please make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. It is important to understand that like fire, water is present within us. After all, we are 72% water, and all this water within us is programmable. It affects our vibration. But also, we have elemental water present in our psyches, forming traits and behaviors that are very water-like in nature within us, expressing itself through us, such as respect, modesty, humility, love, intuition, peace and tranquility. But also negative qualities such as apathy, cold-heartedness, carelessness, shyness, acquiescence and defiance. So just like fire, if you have elemental water balanced within yourself, you will tend to display more of the constructive qualities of water, the positive qualities. Whereas if you have either too much or too little of this elemental water within you, you will tend to display more of the negative qualities associated with water. So along with learning to manifest using the element of water, we'll be learning to rebalance the elements within ourselves to create a powerful and balanced individual who is well on the way of being in harmony with the elements. So we shall be covering this in future videos. This information has changed my life, and I wished to share this all with you. So please do not miss out on the upcoming videos. Please click the subscribe button and the bell icon, like and share this video. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you very soon. Take care.